Hi, in this video we are going to look at something called the nth-child selector in CSS. In one of the previous tutorials we looked at something called child selectors in CSS, and we also looked at pseudo classes as well. In this tutorial we're going to move on to what's called the nth-child selector, and this is what's used when we want to select every element that is the nth child of a parent element, where n is representing a number. So for example, you could apply a style to every second paragraph or every third paragraph. So every second child or every third child in a parent element, such as a div. So when using the nth-child selector, n can be a number, but it can also actually be a keyword like odd or even, if we want to make or odd paragraphs a different color and even paragraphs another color, for example. So it can be a number, it can be a keyword, but it can also be a formula. So for example, if we have 10 paragraphs on a page, we might want to make all of them one color, but from the 5th paragraph onwards we might want to make it a different color. So there's a number of different uses. For example, if you wanted to have divs on a page containing content, you might want every second div to have an alternating background color. All right. So there's a number of different uses, and we'll look at some examples in this video. So if you have a look at my HTML code here, in the body section, I have a div with the class called content, which I'm going to use to refer to in the CSS code. And I've just got about 8 paragraphs here with the same content in them. So if we go to the page, that's what it looks like at the moment. So let's have a look at the CSS code and how we would use the nth-child selector to maybe to start off with make the 5th paragraph a different color. So what we do is refer to we've got the parent div or parent element here called content. So I'll say .content, and then we can say we might want to make paragraphs inside this div called content. We might want to make the 5th one a different color. So we can say P, so it's the P selector for paragraph, and then we say nth-child, nth-child. And then in brackets, this is where we put n. So n can be a number, a keyword, or a formula. So if we put a number in, like 5, then what this means is that the 5th paragraph that's a child of the div called content, or the div with a class called content, that 5th paragraph is going to be different to the others. So we might, for example, make the color red. All right, so if we go and save and refresh the page, we can see the 5th paragraph is now red. Okay, so that's the first example where n can be a number, where we can refer to a specific a number or instance of an element within a parent element. All right, but it doesn't have to be a number, it can also be a keyword. So for example, I might change 5 to a keyword like odd. So now this is going to make odd paragraphs red instead. All right, we could do even as well. And now the even paragraphs are red. So we can use numbers, we can use keywords like odd or even, and we can also use formulas as well. So let's have a look at some formulas. All right, so let's go back and change that from even to 3n. And what 3n means is that every third paragraph, or every third child, which in this case, all the children of this parent element, they're all paragraphs. But every third child, in other words, every third paragraph, is going to be red. All right, save and refresh. There we go, every third one is red. And if we change that to 4n, then every 4th would be red, and so on. Okay, we can also do something like this. We can say n plus 5. So that means all but the first 4 elements. So the First 4 elements will be normal, and then from 5th element onwards, or the 5th child element onwards, they're all going to be red. So save and refresh, and we can see the first 4 are normal, and then 5th and onwards, they're all red. All right, so that's an example of a formula, n plus 5. We can also do the reverse, so we could do something like this. We can say minus n plus 4. All right, what this means is it's only going to select the first 4 elements. So the first 4 will be red, and then the rest after that will be whatever they are normally. All right, so that's another formula. And the last one that we'll look at in this video is setting an offset. So an example of that, we could do 3n plus 2. And what this would do is select every third child starting from the second child. So every third, but an offset of 2. All right, so save that, go back and refresh the page. And we can see starts from the second element, and then every third is red. Okay, so those are just some examples of using nth-child, the nth-child selector in CSS, where we can specify n being either a number, a keyword, or a formula to style child elements on a page. There's a number of different uses. Those are just a few examples. So try it out on your own web page. As I said, you might want to have alternating colors for background colors for different divs, or maybe alternating borders and things like that. There's a number of different uses. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.